Hi, welcome to Modex 2026. If you've been here at the show, you've seen some amazing things. We've had some really cool demos, great technology, but the uncomfortable truth that most people don't talk about is most robotics programs fail 6 to 18 months after deployment. And that's when the robots meet your real operations, your real processes, and your real people. So today we're going to cut through that gap. We're going to talk about what's real, what's the hype, what actually survives contact with the facility. So I'm joined here today by Chital Shah. He's our Director of Mobile Robotics at Oceaneering. So Chital, you've seen robots go from demo to the job floor. How does that work?
So that's right. In Modex, you see what robots have to offer, but in deployment, you'll see what really works.
So there's a massive investment right now that's being poured into the robotics space, but there's still, I've seen a lot of quiet skepticism at this show. Are we in another hype cycle? And does it really matter if we're in a hype cycle?
So we are in a hype cycle, but that's not the biggest risk, I would say. The biggest risk is meeting the expectation to the reality, right? So robots don't solve a broad problem. They solve specific problems really well when deployed with the right environment.
And I think that's the alignment that's missing. It isn't really an academic or a science problem. It's what we see is when you have what's the problem is with what the solution is, something doesn't work.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. The perception damages last longer than the technical issues sometimes.
So there's still talks about lights out factories. We've had people talk about that at the show. From what you've seen, is that a realistic thing?
I don't see this lights out happening in near future. Humans are not going away, right? What I really see is the change in the allocation of work. So the robots are going to be focusing more on repeatable, hazardous, or physically demanding tasks, whereas humans are going to be focusing on exceptions. They're going to be focusing on orchestrations or optimization. The future isn't replacement of humans. It's really coordinating between what's the best capabilities of each other.
And that coordination is where things really start to break down, right?
That's right. The hard problem isn't the autonomy. It's really the handoff between the automation and the people.
So let's talk about what people were seeing here at Modex. The demos look fantastic. They're flawless, but they really are sanitized by design.
That is correct. The demos, they're supposed to be, working without uncertainty. So you have controlled traffic, you have known workflows, you have very cooperative people, but that's not the real world.
And leaders don't quite understand that gap when you have the high-level management here on the show and they see this and say, let's put it in my facility. That's when they leave here with a false sense of confidence, right?
Exactly. I mean, the demo shows them the capabilities, but they don't show them the durability within that environment.
So then how should companies think about automation decisions once they leave this demo floor?
So they should think about this in one of the frameworks I always say, operational design domain framework. So everything in robotics is really designed around specific boundaries. So you have structured environments it can work in, defined workflows, known variabilities. So when the companies ignore that, they don't get a partial failure, but they get a complete failure.
So can you give me like a concrete example of that operational design domain?
So imagine a robot which is set up in a structured warehouse, right? It's designed for the robots. You're going to get 99 even higher uptime. But when you put that same robot into a congested mixed traffic environment, constant changes in the layout, or degraded floor conditions, the performance is going to collapse. The robot did not change. What changed was the environment.
Got it. So I want to make this real. I want to talk about an example we've had in the past. And so we had that customer that we're talking about, we won't use names here, where the robot technically worked, but the processes were never adapted. The customer wasn't really ready for it. The operators would just go around the robot, exceptions would pile up. And so when that happened, the leadership lost confidence. And the key part that affected us was the funding dried up. And so the internal team had to move on to other technologies. They were convinced that robots weren't quite ready yet, even though the problem wasn't the robot, it was the adoption and the process discipline, not the vehicle itself.
Unfortunately, that story is painfully common. When the robots program fail, they don't fail just technically, they really fail politically. Right? Once the budget owners disengages and nobody is watching the throughput and all that, the window's closed for years.
Yes, and I think that's the real cost of a failed project is it's not just one project, it's a stalled roadmap, it's the stalled automation journey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what can teams do to avoid that outcome?
So one thing I have to say is let's take the robots out from the demo floors or this lab type environments quickly into something which is called proof of concept within your shop floor, right? So you have this idea that you can solve this problem. Let's test this in a smaller scale within your environment. Break it early while the expectations are still flexible.
And I think that's a mindset that most leaders are still struggling with these days. They want it to be perfection, but I think if you wait for perfection, you've waited too long.
Absolutely, yeah, you're exactly right.
So what's something most people are getting wrong about the future, especially when you're walking around here at Modex?
One thing I see is within 15 years, these robots are going to be everywhere. They're going to be invisible, but they're going to be everywhere. You might think that what happened to those robots, but they're going to be embedded within your system. They're going to be in warehouses, factories, infrastructure. The good thing is that it'll make an impact. You just won't see them because they're just going to work.
Got it. So what should CEOs and leaders who want to automate, want to push their companies towards automation, what should they focus on right now?
So I would say for the leaders, let's stop focusing on the productivity and replacing people completely. The real value of robotics is truly in the safety and improvements, is in the quality consistency it brings, and the truly workforce augmentation it does. The most important part is to really build a roadmap, but along with people, with people in it, along with robots, not just a robotic roadmap.
Perfect. So final thoughts for leaders that walk through Modex that are still trying to process everything they saw at the show this week.
I would say leaders that don't ask what this robot can do, really ask what problem it can solve, and ask that, is this the right tool for me? This question alone will probably save you millions.
Awesome. And just as importantly, ask whether your organization is ready to change. Are you willing to adapt to make the processes work?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the robot and people combination you have to think about, and everybody has to be ready rather than just one thing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.